What if I told you that every flame you've ever seen was once a shadow, waiting to be remembered? In a time before electricity, before the world buzzed with artificial brightness, light was not assumed. It was not everywhere. It was a mystery, a sacred thing, coaxed into being by hands that understood silence, rhythm, and patience. To make light in the 16th century was to perform a kind of alchemy. And at the center of this quiet transmutation was the candlemaker. His was a life not chronicled in grand tomes, nor sung by minstrels. Yet he held the power to shape how a household prayed, how a scribe worked, how a mother comforted her child at midnight. He was the unseen architect of illumination. He rose not with the sun, but before it, when the sky was still a deep ink-black curtain pulled tight over the world. His fingers, stiff with cold, reached for wool and leather. The hearth was dim, its coals buried under ash, and yet he moved as if guided by an inner knowing, passed down not by book, but by breath, apprentice to master, generation to generation. Outside, frost traced sacred geometry across the window pane. Inside, he kindled the first fire, not just for warmth, but for purpose. Because today, like every day, he would make light from death and silence from smoke. In the low murmur of his workshop, beneath rafters hung with drying cords and curled wax, the mystery of flame would begin again. But not with the strike of flint. It would begin with the rendering of fat. All light demands a sacrifice. It is a truth known to mystics, to priests, and quietly to the candlemaker. Before the golden sheen of wax, before the fragrance of bees, there is tallow, raw, humble, brutal. It is the essence of what was once living, sheep, oxen, goats, now cooled into fat and awaiting transformation. The ancient knew, to summon light, one must first pass through the gate of death. The candlemaker knows this truth, not in theory, but in scent, in texture, in labor. Each morning, he brings forth bundles of aged fat, harvested from the kitchens and slaughterhouses of his village. White and heavy, it bears no elegance, only potential. He slices it into pieces, methodically. There is no haste, no waste. Every cut is a ritual. The cauldron waits, black as a moonless sky, suspended above the flame. As the chunks fall in, the fire speaks, soft cracks and sighs like secrets rising from the underworld. What happens next is not cooking, it is purification. The heat melts the fat into liquid gold, thick, pungent, almost alive. Impurities rise to the surface, and the candlemaker skims them with a practiced hand. This act, humble, messy, physical, is also deeply philosophical. For in tallow lies a truth older than religion, that light comes from loss, that what is discarded, ignored, or deemed unclean can become sacred. When touched with care, that no form is final. The cauldron bubbles, the workshop warms, the air thickens with the smell of rendered animal, strange and ancient. It is not a stench, it is a message. You are participating in the cycle. The candlemaker does not flinch. He understands. He is not merely making candles. He is guiding matter through death into usefulness, into service, into light. This is alchemy with no gold, only flame. What is time, if not the slow folding of moments into something greater. For the candle maker, time is not measured in hours or coins, but in dips and drips. Each candle is a testament to patience, a rhythm as old as breath itself. The wick, spun from flax or hemp, hangs like a thin spine across a wooden frame. It is fragile, yet full of potential, the very axis upon which light will balance. With hands tempered by cold and toil, the artisan lowers the wick into the warm pool of rendered tallow. He withdraws it quickly, no hesitation, no haste. The wax clings, thin and translucent. He waits, breath held. The cool air gently seals the first layer. Again, the wick dips, and again. Each immersion is a brushstroke, each pull a meditation. The candle grows, layer by patient layer, like a tree ring, like sediment in a deep lake. Imperceptible to the eye in the moment, but undeniable over time. In this dance, the candle maker is both creator and witness. He hears the faint drip of wax falling back into the cauldron. He feels the subtle cooling on his fingers. He notes the texture, sometimes smooth, sometimes uneven, each flaw a fingerprint of the moment. The workshop itself becomes a sanctum of silence, punctuated by small sounds. The soft clatter of tools, a murmur of distant voices, the crackle of embers. This is not mere production. It is a sacred choreography. Here, light is not rushed. It is earned. It is invited. It unfolds slowly, like a whispered secret told in the dark. And in this slow becoming, the candlemaker teaches us an ancient truth, that illumination comes to those who wait. In the subtle aroma of beeswax lies a secret older than words. Beyond the coarse tallow, the candlemaker also works with the precious gift of the hive, beeswax, the distilled breath of a million wings. Collected from the hexagonal cells crafted with geometric precision, beeswax is not merely material. It is a vessel of nature's hidden wisdom. It carries the warmth of summer meadows, the sweetness of wildflowers, the silent song of the hive. To handle beeswax is to touch a living memory. Its color ranges from creamy ivory to rich golden hues, shifting like sunlight through amber. It feels smooth, almost pliant, like the skin of the earth itself. When melted gently, beeswax fills the workshop with a fragrance both soothing and sacred, a scent that monks and mystics long ago recognized as the breath of the divine. The candlemaker melts the beeswax slowly, never rushing, preserving its purity. He understands that this wax is for more than illumination. It is for prayer, for ritual, for crossing the veil between worlds. In its gentle smoke, there is purification. In its steady burn, a silent blessing. And so, the beeswax candle becomes a beacon, not just of light, but of presence. It is a whisper from the earth, carried by wings, offered to the flame. The candle maker knows this. He knows that in the humble wax there is a sacred trust. And through this trust, the eternal dance of darkness and light continues, timeless, slow, profound. In the stillness of the workshop, there is a language beyond words. The candlemaker's space is humble, wooden beams darkened by smoke, shelves lined with shapes in various stages of becoming, a faint haze that softens edges and time alike. Here, the air holds the mingled scents of tallow, beeswax, and smoldering embers. Each breath is rich with memory. Around the room, tools lie quiet but ready. Pots, ladles, and dipping frames, each worn smooth by years of touch. They tell a story of countless mornings, countless rhythms. Occasionally, the murmur of apprentices or passing villagers filters in, a soft cadence of life continuing beyond these walls. But mostly, there is silence. The candlemaker works deliberately, the slow repetition of dipping, drying, and layering forming a gentle pulse, like the beating of a heart or the turning of the seasons. In this sacred quietude, the craft reveals itself as a meditation on presence and patience, on transformation wrought not by force, but by faithful tending. Each candle is more than wax and wick. It is a repository of time, of intention, of light waiting to be born. And as the day unfolds, the workshop becomes a liminal space, a threshold between shadow and flame, labor and reverence, earth and ether. It is here, in this humble room, that the ancient mystery is made manifest, that even in the simplest of crafts, the divine can be touched, if only we listen closely. As dusk settles and shadows lengthen, the candlemaker's day draws to a close, not with fanfare, but with quiet grace. The last candles, heavy with layers of patience and care, rest on wooden shelves. Soon their light will travel beyond the workshop, illuminating hearths, chapels, and homes. These candles, born of death and transformation, of bees and fire, carry with them a legacy not often spoken. For the candlemaker is not merely a craftsman, he is a keeper of thresholds. Each flame kindled by his hand is a beacon for those seeking solace, wisdom, or sacred space. It is light that invites contemplation, that softens the night, that cradles dreams. And though his name may fade from the annals of history, the light he creates persists, an unbroken thread linking past and present. In this, his work whispers an eternal truth, that even the smallest spark can illuminate the deepest darkness. That light is not just seen, it is felt, remembered, and carried forward. And so in the quiet of this fading day, we honor the candle maker, not just for what he made, but for what he gave. A gift of light, a gift of presence, a gift of hope. Hit that subscribe button, share with your friends, and stay tuned for more. Peace out.